So I never said no to drugs. I started drinking and using pretty much any drug possible. I was probably 16, 15, 16, 17, something like that. And I had an older friend told me, like, you keep messing around with that stuff and you're gonna end up addicted. And I remember like laughing on the outside, but it hit me like mentally, like it's too late. Like it's too late, I'm already addicted. One day I had finally just put myself in a position that I couldn't escape from, and I overdosed and I just fell out like on the bathroom floor, like unconscious. At the same time I was opening up the door on the stall, the cops were coming in, and like I didn't even have like a chance. Like I was arrested and I was put in jail, and there was no going back. Somebody called the prison and I got escorted by the police into the warden's office, and he told me that my cousin overdosed and he went to jail at the same time as I did. And I got that news like 2 weeks before I was gonna get released onto the street, and like 3 days after I got my GED. And it was just like a cold hard fact. I just knew it. Like I can get out and I can die, or I can get out and I can do something with myself. So that was what I did. I knew right then that I was never gonna use drugs again. I'd go to NA meetings and they would believe in, and there'd be a lot of people that would say, my God. And I would always hear so many people, especially the ones that I looked up to, that would say, I was talking to God and my God is Jesus Christ. I'm not convinced, but that's what I want. That's what I'm striving towards. And then one day, my wife's friend invited her to Element. And she seen a message from Pastor Eric, and she said that it was incredible. She came home and she told me about it. And so we went the next week, and like I fell in love. I loved it. It was amazing. And she said, "What did you think of the message?" And I said, "It was incredible. We're going back. We found a church." Before I went to prison, there was a time I had just gotten released from a rehab, and we went to FCFC one day. Really, there was just free food. That was the only reason why we were there. While I was there, I met this woman, and she said, I hope that you can come back next week. I said, "Oh, well, I'd love to come back next week, but I won't have any money for gas." And she prays for me, and she gives me $20, and she said, "Here's $20, use this for gas next week." Within an hour, I had left the church and I spent that $20 on drugs. But then now years later, I'm sitting in Element Church, and they tell us that they're launching a third campus in Warrenton. And it just reminded me of that lady, like giving me that $20. Like she knew. And so that's one of the biggest reasons why like I'm so excited to come to Warrenton and to be able to set up a church in Warrenton with Element, and to help people that need the same kind of help that I needed find God.